Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a new episode of Miasma Chronicles turn-based tactical RPG game that I'm currently posting the playthrough about. In this episode number 7, it's mostly all about combat. Try to clear up the rest of the area, Happy Hills. We did manage to get the data recovery from the main mission that we have to do in this area. I just have to clear all the, and at least I want to clear all the enemies, all the region, find out all the goodies that you can collect until I go away, so I don't have to come back here. Hopefully. Don't know if you're going to get another mission that is going to involve this region, but I just don't wanna go before I clear everything. So this episode is mostly about combat. It's, if you play this game or if you saw any of the videos about this game, the combat in this game is turn-based, not very fast-paced. There is a lot of stealth, ambush, choices involved, because if you go directly on full assault, it's not going to be very easy to deal with the number of enemies that you're going to face, because it's always going to be more than your crew. You get only to use 3 units, especially in the beginning. You just have those 3. Later you're going to find more, but for that you're going to be smart and use advantage of the weapons that you have, of the skills that you have, and also of the environment. So this time I'm in this area. The level of the enemies are currently as us, but after I clear here these few 6 or 7 enemies, I'm going to go to the next area that is going to be level 8 enemy units, and I'm going to try to deal with that too. It's going to be much more harder, of course, but we are going to try. A lot of reviews about this game were that the difficulty or it's imbalanced, and you're going to oft need to leave an area because there are much more higher level enemies than you are, and you have to pass and go to another area, and then you have to come back and so on. Yes, I finished the game already, so but this time I'm commenting about this part. The game I already finished, and I can tell you, yeah, that is the case. Sometimes you have to leave a region and you come back, but sometimes also you can risk it and you can try to go against higher difficulty enemies, just if you see if you can manage it. And if you don't, then go ahead, level up, and then come back. So we're going to try to get around this. I try to find a better position all the time, just to not be detected, and try to eliminate the most possible number of enemies until you get detected. So we got to the point then with the sniper silent weapon that I have on Jade. I cannot go more than an enemy that's like 170 life, let's say 110. Sometimes also if you use the fire boost skill, then you can do a little more damage, but mostly that's about it at this level. So then I eliminated 2 guys, I think it was, and now I'm going to go for the long shot. That is the guy there on that bus, and he has much more health, so I'm going to go directly, I think, full life. I'm going to eliminate this mugger here with Jade, or at least put her in the position, I think it was. And after that I'm just going to go for long shot with Elvis, and I'm going to use the miasma skill and to throw him into those fuel barrels, and the explosion is going to kill him. So we're going to eliminate the long shot. With Jade we're going to eliminate the Mugger. And there are going to be only 2 guys left. That each has 200 HP. And that's going to take longer to kill, and like you will going to see in the video. I'm going to I was doing some type of cat and mouse play, trying to do damage and also not to stay in the open, so the next and the enemy round get too much damage. But at this position already I'm more comfortable, because there were like I think 8 or 9 enemies in the beginning of the fight, and now I got up down to only 2 by the time my location was revealed. No, the alarm was called or something like that. Sorry about my English, no? Not all the time I found the right words. Also my voice is a little damaged. Now it's also very difficult into this game sometimes to do damage. You're going to miss a lot, and that is a little annoying, but it's also part of the difficulty or easiness of the game, because if you would be able to shoot to do damage from every single position or every single shot, then it would have been much more easier. I don't find it very difficult, to be honest. It just takes a little time to get used to what tactic to approach to every type of enemies. Some get damage from one type of skill, others more than the others, or one type of weapon more than the other. Also, later we're going to get better weapons, and we're going to be able to do also AoE damage much easier. The funny thing also that if you missed, the enemy almost every time succeeds. Exactly in the same situation, so that is a little discouraging, can be, or annoying, but still not very. I'm trying to flank this guy, because flanking is always going to make sure that you're going to hit the target. So flanking is always sure. But sadly, my second weapon that was loaded, it doesn't have the same range, so I couldn't do no damage. Also, I didn't have no energy, and I had just one action point, so I had to just recharge my main weapon and pass my round to the next one. Now I'm getting much closer with Jade too, but she again. At least the main weapon is not loaded. You have to load your weapons too. At some point you're going to have some charges defending a weapon. Some with just 1 bullet, others have 3, others have 4. But yeah, that's also a thing that you have to do into this game. It's not so easy as it looks, but it's also not very difficult and also not very simple. I like it. The art form is also very nice, different than most of the turn-based strategy game I played lately, and it's entertaining. Story also is good, and there is a lot of variety of enemies, weapons, skills and so on, so it's not very. And later I found out that almost all the missions take you to a new region. Almost. You're going to repeat some regions, but not too many. Maybe just for secondary mission, as I remember. But as a main story, main mission is all the time going to take you to a new region, as I remember. so it's not going to be repetitive. It's going to face, you're going to have more stages, you're facing the same type of enemy or combination of two and so on. That's going to happen, of course, but that happens in most of the games. I mean, it's not very easy to make every stage different type of enemies. It doesn't have even logic, to be honest. Now I'm trying very hard to flank this guy here, and also don't stay in the open to do damage. And finally I managed to do 50 damage. Higgs, there is a robot that does pretty good damage, a little more than the others. It doesn't have too large of skills, at least for now. Later you will unlock a few more. As in, the skill tree is not something very elaborate. You have, I think, 4 branches for every character and 4 skills per branch. Difference is that every skill needs a different amount of skill points to unlock it. Beginning you're going to get just with 1 point, but then later it's going to be 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you have to choose, be careful what to be careful. I mean, you have to decide yourself what you want to choose, what is best for you and what you use the most. But I don't think it's a very game-changing one or the other. So you just have to test in them yourself, and you should understand what you want better. But yeah, it's a very entertaining game. Now we're going to, this guy is running. We are running from these guys, trying not to stay in the open and do some damage, and trying somehow to not get in the line of fire of both of enemies. You see, Higgs is almost done. I'm going to heal him a little. Even if it's a robot, he can be healed too. But this guy is chasing us. He's very persuasive, persistent. I think persistent is the word. Sorry. We are sometimes also, you can be lucky that the enemy doesn't attack you. He's just using his action points to move. Doesn't happen very often, but it can. So one target, it's almost finished. We still need to do, we still have some like 40 life, 40 HP points. Your movements is not as, and I think too flexible. You can add with some skills more range in your movements, but it's not something that it will affect too much your gameplay, because most of the time you're going to try to get behind cover and not try to get you don't have to go as further possible. Most of the enemies, they are going to come to you, they are not going to run from you. So the only thing that you have to use the environment to be safe. So now we are having a good position here. Both of them, they have very little HP, and we can. This is down to 20. This other one I think has only 40 left. Maybe if you are lucky with digs, we can kill it. All the time check the status of your weapons and everything else that you have in the backpack. If you're not going to move the position, you're always going to be, make sure to use both of the action points best possible, because if you just fire directly you attack, then they are both going to be gone. So I'm going to go with Jade up. She has still 4 life and she can do good damage. For now the main weapon is not loaded, but we have the second one, so she can still do some damage, but we use both action points just to get on the top of that building.
Shit. Can't do this.
Let's see if we managed to kill him. Yes, so we managed to take down this guy. Jade even got enraged. Don't know if that is going to be taken to the next fight, or is going to have some type of cooldown. Don't know. So let's gather what we can and go and clean the rest of the region. Lot of goodies, lot of plastic. Make sure that you gather everything, because you're going to need a lot of it, especially until the end. Through the end you're going to maybe not need to buy weapons, but you're going to need to buy a lot of consumables, healings, bombs and so on, to be able to face the enemies, because you're going to face very powerful enemies in the end. But it's not impossible. It's not an impossible game. It's very possible game to play with the right strategy. So we cleared this area. Now I'm preparing for the next. I said, okay, let's give it a try, even if the enemies are level 8 and we are only level 6.5. We are going to go in and we are going to try to take them down, or at least try it. That was my logic at the moment. I said, okay, I'm going to try. If I fail, then I can go and do other stuff. And I struggled a little, I can say, but also I realized that is not impossible. If I manage to clear a lot of units before I engage the main core of them, then it's not going to be that hard. Also, in this type of situation is mostly, especially there we have also a secondary objective, then is not going to be easy to take out one by one the units. They are, like you see, sticking together. They are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units as I can see. Maybe there are even more of them, and they are higher level, stronger, so it's, like I said, not easy to separate them and to try to take out as many possible in stealth mode. So I was going with Jade, trying to find out. There is on the second floor another, or the first floor, it's another unit there, so they are everywhere and they are in. So if you kill one, they are going to be, for sure somebody is going to notice, or at least it looks like that. Maybe we can take out a few and then go from there. That was at least my logic behind the tactic.
On point.
So we did a little reconnaissance work, and now we're going with Elvis, trying to find out how we can approach to this. Also, these robots here, I didn't let the entire conversation. Also, when you get out of that interaction, for some reason the game is going to reunite the entire group. also happens sometimes when you ambush but you actually don't do much, then you want to get exit from the ambush again. All the three characters going to, if they are not together, they are going to they're going to go for the rest together, continuous together, even if they were separately on the map. They're going to unite. That is something that the game does. You can take that in your advantage. Sometimes maybe it's frustrating because you put a character in a interest point that you thought, left it there, try to use the next one, but then you go, you try to ambush, you realize that it's no good. It was no good decision. You wanna get out of ambush. You can also move your characters, and if you don't do no damage at the end of the rounds of all three, the ambush is going to stop. No, you're going to get out of the ambush, and everybody is going to be staying in the same position, in the position that when you started with. Yeah, so it's a little tricky sometimes. I think it's some type of glitch that they have, some type of bug that sometimes when you go out of the ambush you're going to get together, even if the only times I think it didn't happen when I went with a character in a certain place and I put it on a hide mode, then it stays there. Yes, the rest of the case is much more complicated. Okay, now we managed to get on the rooftop with two characters, and like I said, now you can do an ambush in and out, and that way you can bring also geeks without having to actually bring him up. So we're going to eliminate one guy because we can, and now you see, you get out of the ambush, the gigs is there even if you didn't brought him up, but he come up because you ambush, the ambush moment stopped or something like that, status or the stance, whatever you want to call it. So we have another guy here, long shot, has much more health, but we will try with the burning effect bonus to eliminate him with Jade. Let's see if we can. And then it's one less. The others are all over 100, 110. I think there is another Mager here that is 70, but the rest is all about above 100 HP. So it's going to need more critical probability to be able to one-shot him. So let's see about the long shot. Going to use the fire. Fire always does a little better. Trying to see if it's going to be detected if he shots now. You can see now I don't do too much damage. Need to move a little because it was not in range, and now with the fire we managed to eliminate that guy too. I know most of the time I did eliminate it, but sometimes also it can happen that you don't do a fatal strike hit, and then you're going to be discovered because the other two of your characters don't have that silent weapon, so they cannot do silent kill. Going to explore a little, find some goods. Always things hidden here. You see, we found the treasure, 1500 XP. I take it very slow, try to figure out where is the best position even to start an assault. Because here in the middle is for sure not a good place to do that. Bring Jet down and try to take out that Mugger 70 life. We can easily one-shot him. Hopefully nobody's going to notice that. So you see now we have two guys looking at the target, so we cannot do nothing. So I'm going to try to destroy one by using the bottle.
Hey, beef up. You hear that?
And don't know why it happened because of the noise or why the other one also apparently turned around or something like that. Because now I try again to shoot this one, and this time it is possible without getting detected. I'm going to send down Elvis first, and at least even if we're going to get detected, not to be in the same place very close to each other, because then all the damage dealers, they are going to do damage to both of us. After a few tries, I realized that being there in the side of the building is not a good idea. You're not going to be able to escape that. So I went around and I'm trying to somehow flank this guy. Of course, I saw a little plastic here, and I'm very, don't know, obsessed to cleaning everything. So I went to, first to collect that stuff, and then let's see how much we can approach before we can get detected. Yeah, you had 3 guys inside, another 3 and one more outside, so there are around 7 targets still left. And most of them outside the Mugger, they are strong. But even the Mugger, if you get detected after detection with assault weapons, you cannot one-shot kill him for the reason. Something like that happened also in Classified Friends, another turn-based strategy that I posted on my channel. When you did a stealth killing with a knife, you could have one strike kill the enemy, but after that in assault combat, open combat, you did very little damage with the snipe. So I try to take out this guy here, the long shot first also. I always rethink my strategies all the time. So I may give the impression I'm going to do one thing, but after that, but in the end I'm going to do the other thing. So again, using the fire bonus, again we managed to one-shot, so now we're down to 6. So we are doing a good job, even if they are 2 levels higher than us. But of course, if I would have be going directly ballistic on them, you're not going to be, so you cannot manage to I mean, if you play an easy, maybe you can kill them, but even then, I don't think it's possible to eliminate them without very easy, no? Without getting damage, a lot of damage, actually. Now I'm trying to go down with Jade and try to get next to that her region was very scary, so I'm going to go next to Elvis and try to take the enemies from this side. I tried a lot of possibilities until I got to this outcome, so it not was that simple. As you see, I tried different approaches, most of them not necessarily failed, but I got in a very difficult situation, so I decided to rethink my tactic. So we got down this guy too, we're down to 5, it's going good. Trying to see how much I can approach here and maybe finish a target with Elvis if that's possible. I found also an upgrade. Weapon upgrade, very good weapon upgrade, especially in the beginning you don't have much. So I forgot there is another guy there with 200 HP. So yeah, those 200 guys, they're very dangerous because they do AO damage, and also they have 200 life. This is going to not be very easy to finish them when you do like 30-40 damage per hit, and if that is a successful hit, of course. But we were going to try anyway. I'm not going to bring gigs. Going to leave gigs in this side, to leave gigs in this side to take the enemy from behind, also to flank and be sure that you manage to do damage. With flanking is all the time. Flanking in normal difficulty mode, flanking all the time gives assures that you're going to reach target. So positive attack, whatever expression you want to use. I decided also I'm going to start assault, not to let Jade so close and vulnerable, because she is the one that does a lot of damage to these human units because of the fire boost. On the others I don't have something like that. Just Elvis has armor strip. Let's use some Miasma skill. I got 2 skills, I got that chain. Lightning. You can do 3 damage. 3 damage to 3 units. Not a big amount of damage, but you can still do some. And now with geeks we're going to fire from behind, like flanking, and do some real damage. Try to use grenades. I'm always testing. Think I can do a lot of damage with the grenades. If not, then I use my weapons. We managed to do, because we flanked, 50 damage. Pretty nice. But now it's the enemy's turn. And trust me, the enemy in this game is not stupid. They are very, very good, very accurate, and they do a lot of damage. So you see that fire skill also does another additional 30 damage per round. So that is a pretty good skill to have. This time we missed. I should have moved and then shoot to be more on the flanking side. But sadly I didn't choose that, and I didn't do damage. That 50 points of damage would have been amazing. You see, she does also a lot, like I think is what, 80, no? I didn't focus, didn't pay attention to it. Now we're going to use our shotgun. And finish one. So we are down to, I think, 4 left. Yes, 4.
Son of a bitch!
It's not bad. It's not bad, but not optimal. We still have to do. You see, that guy did 70 damage to us. So they do also very high amount of damage.
Got a tag, you tabby. No!
This guy stole, don't know what, he stole a knocking grenade from us. They do this too, this stuff very funny. I think it's the first type of games like this that the enemy is stealing this stuff from you while you are still alive. It's very funny. So we're down to 3 enemies. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see, can we maybe eliminate that blaster? No, we can't. But we're going to reduce his HP pretty much. With this weapon, it does even less damage. But we are going to strip the armor. So now he has no armor left. And we can do more damage with the other. In Jade, maybe even finish him. If we are not going to miss. So we'll see, if we don't miss, we can finish him. But we are there in the position that we can get damage from both the other enemies, so I'm going to move a little here to get at least not far away from the second one. So we managed to kill the second is blaster 2, and now we have 2 enemies left. One is a mugger, so not so much damage need to be done, and the other, a long shot, is going to need a little more, but also not very much with Dix. Maybe we do down for like 50, hopefully, because we flank. Yes, we did 50, so we're down to 60. I think it was not 60. He needs to have. Cool, Jade, and hopefully we have the fire active, yes, and we can finish this guy too. So we're down to 1, and that's about it. This is how you manage to finish 2 level higher enemy than you enemies. Of course, it's not fast and it takes a lot of planning, but it's doable. It's doable, and for me, it's fun. I like this type of game, so if you like this type of games, for you also should be fun. We're using a grenade also, make it a little more diverse. The guy is almost done. And we can go and collect our the geeks. You see how dangerous, even with 10 life, he managed to kill one of us. So this is what the game is about. Even against one enemy, you can have not poor chances, but you have to be careful. Don't let your guard down, because if not, you can lose even against one guy. So we managed to fish everyone. We are going to get the objective of the side mission. If you want to know the safe number, you can find it in the quest description, and it's 720. And this is all about this video. Almost going to continue post my playthrough in this game, and if you enjoy it, if you like it, please give a like, share and subscribe. You can even leave a comment with your opinion about my gameplay, about this game, about anything else, about don't know, doesn't matter. You can write anything you want, and going to see you next time. Thanks again for watching, and have a very nice day.
Oh, dark muck. Favorite drink of the originals.
Who goes there?
Be cool, Deacon, it's us.
Oh, fellow travelers. You reclaim my treasure. Thank you kindly.
What treasure? It's just some dumb book.
It's my journal, filled with memories of my explorations throughout this great country. Cherished remembrances more precious than gold. Although, it seems you three may have an even greater treasure than I.
Assault rifles?
No. Friendship. The three of you fighting together. Nothing can stand in your way.